I was cleaning out old messages a few months ago, and I found her name. Someone who used to know everything about my life. What I was scared of, what I wanted, what happened on the worst day of that whole year. We used to talk every single day, not about anything important, usually, just talking, the kind of contact that doesn't need a reason. And scrolling up through years of messages, I watched it get slower. Longer gaps between replies, shorter replies when they came. Until, at some point, it just stopped. No fight, no conversation about what was happening, no goodbye, just silence that neither of us ever named. Here is what it actually looked like, if I'm honest about it. It wasn't one decision, it was 100 small ones, made so quietly that neither of us noticed we were making them. A text that took 3 days to answer instead of 3 hours. A plan that got rescheduled, then rescheduled again, then never actually rescheduled at all. An update about my life that I used to send immediately, that I started saving for later, and later kept getting further away. Neither of us was angry. That's the strange part. There was no version of this where either of us was doing something wrong. We were just busy, both of us, in the ordinary way people get busy with jobs and other people and the accumulating weight of adult life. And busy has a way of quietly becoming an excuse for things that actually mattered to us. I told myself I'd reach out properly soon, not just a quick text, a real conversation, when I had more time. That soon turned into a year without either of us noticing exactly when it happened. I don't think this is really about her, specifically. I think it's about how we're taught to rank the relationships in our lives. Somewhere along the way, I absorbed the idea that romantic relationships are the ones you fight for, you show up for, you make time for, even when it's inconvenient. But friendships, especially the ones that have lasted a long time, get filed under safe. The ones that will still be there whenever you eventually get around to them. Nobody tells you that safety is not the same as permanence. So when life got loud, a new job, a move, a relationship that needed attention, the friendship was the thing I assumed could wait, because it always had before. I never once made an active decision to let it fade. I just kept choosing everything else first, over and over, until the choosing itself became the ending. And I think she was doing the exact same math on her side, making the exact same assumption that I would still be there whenever she circled back. Two people, both waiting for the other to make the effort neither of us was making. What I didn't understand at the time was how much I'd actually lose. Not just her specifically, though that alone was more than I let myself feel for a long time. I lost a particular version of being known, the kind that only exists after years of small moments accumulating. The inside jokes, the shorthand, the way she could tell what kind of day I'd had just from how I said hello. Nobody replaces that quickly. You can make new friends, and I have. But there is a specific kind of understanding that only comes from time, and time doesn't transfer to someone new just because you need it to. And there was no ritual for grieving this. No one sends flowers when a friendship ends quietly. No one asks if you're okay. Because on paper, nothing happened. No breakup, no fight, nothing you could point to and say, "This is why I'm sad." Just an absence, shaped exactly like a person who used to be there. I would think of something, a joke, a memory, a piece of news, and reach instinctively for my phone to tell her, before remembering that telling her wasn't really a thing anymore. That reflex took years to fade, longer than the friendship itself had taken to disappear. The thing that finally made me see the pattern wasn't losing her. It was almost losing someone else, more recently, the same way. I noticed the gaps starting again, the unanswered message sitting for 4 days, the plan I kept meaning to make and didn't. And this time, I caught myself mid-sentence, thinking the exact same thought I must have thought before. I'll reach out properly soon when I have more time. I recognized the shape of it immediately because I'd lived inside that shape before. And I realized this wasn't circumstance. This was a pattern I kept building without ever choosing to build it. I'd been treating friendship like it ran on autopilot, like it didn't need tending, the way a romantic relationship obviously did. But nothing that matters actually runs on autopilot. Not really. Everything that lasts is being maintained by someone, even when it looks effortless from the outside. I had just never been the one doing the maintaining, and I had never noticed because the people I lost were usually too polite or too tired or too hurt to say so out loud. Here is the confusing part though. Everyone around me talked about this like it was just normal. People grow apart. That's just what happens as you get older, said with a shrug, like it was weather, not a choice anyone had made. And maybe some of that is true. People do change. Lives do go in different directions. But calling it inevitable let me off the hook a little too easily. It let me believe there was nothing I could have done, when the truth was closer to, there was plenty I could have done, and I simply didn't, over and over, in small ways that added up. So when I felt the grief of it, and it was grief, even without a name for it, I didn't know where to put it. You're allowed to mourn a breakup publicly. People check on you, they ask questions, they send the right texts. Nobody checks on you for a friendship that quietly ended. There's no script for it. You're just supposed to already be fine because technically nothing happened. But something did happen. Someone who used to be one of the main characters of my life became someone I used to know. And I never got to decide if that was okay with me. Eventually, I understood what was actually underneath all of this. It wasn't that the friendship stopped mattering. It was that I was afraid to be the one who reached out first, too many times in a row, afraid of looking like I needed the friendship more than she did, afraid that if I kept initiating and she kept not quite matching it, that would confirm something I didn't want to know, that I cared more than I was cared for. So instead of risking that, I just stopped testing it. I let the silence answer the question instead of asking it directly, which meant I never actually found out what she wanted. I just assumed the worst and let the assumption become the ending. I think she may have done the exact same thing, for the exact same reason, on her side of it. Two people, both protecting themselves from a small, survivable disappointment, and in protecting ourselves, accidentally causing a much larger one. The friendship didn't die from lack of love. It died from both of us being unwilling to find out how much love was actually still there. I started asking myself a question I hadn't asked before. What would it cost me, really, to reach out first, again, without keeping score of who initiated last time? Not a grand gesture, just a text, just, "I've been thinking about you," just, "I miss how we used to talk." It felt disproportionately terrifying to imagine sending it, which told me something about how much weight I had quietly put on the idea of being the one who needs more. But I did it, eventually, with the friend I almost lost the second time. I sent the awkward, overthought text, and I let it be a little embarrassing. And she answered within the hour, relieved, saying she'd been meaning to reach out too and hadn't known how. We had both been waiting behind the exact same fear, protecting ourselves from a rejection that was never actually coming. I don't know if it's too late for the first friendship. Maybe it isn't. Maybe a message is still possible, even now, even after all this silence. But I know it isn't too late for the ones I still have. That's the version of this I get to act on. I don't think every friendship is supposed to last forever. Some are seasonal, and that's all right. But I don't want to lose the ones that could have lasted, just because neither of us was willing to go first. So now when I think of someone, and the thought comes with that specific little pull, I miss them. I try to send something before the feeling passes. Not because it's comfortable, it still isn't most of the time, but because I finally understand what silence actually costs, and I'd rather risk looking like I need someone than lose them quietly the way I lost her. If you have someone you've let drift, not because of a fight, but because life got loud and you both went quiet, I want you to know it isn't too late to find out if they're still there. You might just have to be the one who asks first. There is a reflection on gentle rivers that sits with the other side of this. The quiet ache of still thinking about someone who isn't in your life the way they used to be, and a gentler way to hold that. The link is below.